Hey everybody, welcome to Hike Over the Hill. I'm Jedi coming to you from the thriving metropolis of Rochester, New York, and I'd like to talk to you today about my first aid kit. First of all, is this friggin' adorable or what? Look, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. This is from a company called Lite AF. Again, L-I-T-E. All these manufacturers spell Lite L-I-T-E. It's probably because they can trademark it or something easier. Any event, this is made of Dyneema composite fabric. It's overkill to have a bag, like this. But I used to use a Ziploc bag, and those eventually fail. And I like to support the cottage manufacturers. I thought this was adorable, and I thought this is just the right size for my first aid kit, because you don't want to take too much stuff in your first aid kit. You want just the right amount of stuff in your first aid kit. So I'm going to open it up and kind of go through everything that's in my first aid kit, what I'm bringing. And as usual, I have these little bags that I bought on Amazon, and I've labeled this one. This is Pepto-Bismol, and there are 4 tablets in there. One of the worst things that can happen is you got heartburn or stomach upset or, diarrhea on the trail. That can actually be dangerous. You can dehydrate very quickly. So you don't want that. I have a bunch of ibuprofen. That's labeled ibuprofen. This is also known as vitamin I among hikers because you take ibuprofen pretty often, just like you take your vitamins every day. So I have a good supply of that. I have enough in here, I believe, so I could take 3 a day for 10 days. I hope not to take that much. I will only take it if I really need it, but I often need it at night to help me sleep because my hips and my lower back are pretty sore after hiking with 25 or 30 pounds on my back. I have a little tiny flip top container of hydrocortisone cream. That's a steroidal cream. And that's for like itching. If I get an insect bite that's really bad, I can smooth some of that on. Hydrocortisone cream can cure a lot of stuff, I'll tell you that. I have here a little baggie with a cotton ball in it. It weighs next to nothing, and cotton balls can be used for various things, including starting a fire. If I ever needed to start a campfire, it can be used as tinder. You take a little Vaseline, which I had in my other smelly proof bag, which I showed in another video. You smear some Vaseline on a cotton ball, and it makes a great fire starter. All right, I've got a pack of Imodium. Talking about diarrhea, you don't want that. Imodium, that will bind you up pretty good, boy, let me tell you. But sometimes that's what you need. It's better than dying of dehydration. I have here a little tiny dropper bottle of, you probably can't read it. I've got a label on there that says Isopropyl Alcohol, and there are a couple of skulls on there. Just a little dropper bottle of isopropyl. I used to bring a bigger thing with a squirt top on it, but I didn't use it that often. So this has several uses. Obviously, you can sterilize a cut or any kind of wound, scrape or whatever. And you can also use it, again, to start a fire. You put a few drops of that on your cotton ball or anything else, and the alcohol will burn, obviously, very well. So it has a few different uses for that. Here I have some Benadryl. And I've already broken them in half. These are, I want to say 25 milligram tablets, and I broke them in half. This can be used as an antihistamine, obviously, if I get stung or bitten by something, or another hiker gets stung or bitten by something and starts to have an allergic reaction. You can administer the Benadryl, and it's an antihistamine. It's also what I call the nuclear option if I'm having trouble sleeping. So I'm bringing melatonin to help me sleep at night a little bit. But if I go, more than 2 nights, say 3 nights in a row, and I'm just not getting good sleep, I'm only getting 2, 3, 4 hours a night, and I'm becoming a walking zombie, I will, if I have to, resort to taking half a Benadryl early in the evening, an hour or 2 before bed, and then hopefully it's enough to kind of, not knock me out, but make me groggy enough to get to sleep, and then hopefully get out of my system by morning, and by the time I hit the trail, I'll be alert again and not all, foggy. Some Gas X pills. Again, you eat a lot of beans on the trail, and just if you have some abdominal distress, the Gas X can come in handy. I also have some Tums. There are 4 Tums in here. Again, I've had the case where I've eaten like a spicy cowboy chili type meal and then gone to bed, and you get the GERD. Sometimes you get the heartburn, and that's a horrible feeling. You cannot sleep. You don't want that when you're backpacking. So Tums those can really save the day for you. Oh, let's see what else I got in here. I got a couple of Band-Aids, different sizes. One's kind of large and one's kind of small. I've got other Band-Aids, don't I? somewhere. Yep, I have a, what's this? Oh, it's a fingertip bandage. And I have a knuckle bandage. So this is probably overkill. I don't need this many Band-Aids, but I had these in a first aid kit I was going through, and I thought, I'll throw them in, why not? What the hell, they weigh next to nothing. I have some antibiotic ointment, a single-use packet. So if I am in the need for antibiotic ointment, to sterilize something. The alcohol will sterilize something, but if I need to like put that under a Band-Aid to, put it over a wound to make sure the wound stays, antibiotic all day. A sting relief pad. You rub that on a sting. If you get stung by something that's really itching or really painful, that's supposed to alleviate the itching and burning. I have here a couple of these. I can get them both out. These are eye lubricants. My eye doctor said, before you resort to this is in my other pack, before you resort to the aloe eye drops, try just the eye lubricants to kind of flush the allergens out of your eye. So I've got a couple of these, single use, you twist the top off and you give yourself a drop in each eye, whatever. Again, weighs next to nothing. I have our tick card. This is a tick card. So if you don't know what this is what you can use to remove ticks. You have two different spots. You probably can't see. This corner has a little notch in it, really tiny little slit, very, very skinny slit. That is for the nymphs, the really small ticks. And this side over here, where it's a bigger notch and you can see it better, that is for the full-grown ticks. And then there's a little magnifier, that little circle there, right here. That is a magnifier, so you can see, the tick on the skin real good, and you can, see what you're doing. You go, okay, it's a nymph, or it's facing this way, so I got to get it that way. So anyway, that's that. I did have a pair of these little tiny silver, they're called silver gripper tweezers, but I thought I'd use the tick card instead. It's designed to lift the tick out of the skin without you having to pinch it with the tweezers. I was worried about crushing it and doing more damage than more harm than good. I have here a couple of non-adhesive pads. That's one there, and this is one here. Sterile pads, gauze, in other words. And I believe finally, I think that's it. Yep, I have my leukotape. So I put these on. The paper that like labels come on, address labels, it's got that kind of slick, waxy paper so that the labels peel off it. Well, I save those after I print a label, and then I stick strips of leukotape on. If you don't know what leukotape is, it's awesome. This is pretty much what most hikers are using now instead of moleskin. Moleskin's thicker and it retains water, and it will eventually come off. This is very thin. It is almost like an ace bandage, but with adhesive on the back, and it's super sticky. You cut a piece to fit over whatever hot spot you have on your foot. You're trying to prevent a blister from forming, or wherever you want to protect an area of skin. This will stay on for days and not come off. Literally, you can have this on for 4 or 5 days, and it'll stick on in the water. So if you need it on your feet, you got to protect a toe or your heel from getting a blister. You put that on, and it'll stick on there no matter how sweaty or wet your feet get, and you'll only have to change this every 3, 4, 5 days around in there. So that's my first aid kit. That's everything I'm bringing. And last thing I'll say is, yes, I have other things that you can think of as first aid kit, like I have my eye drops and my melatonin and my ibuprofen. Oh, ibuprofen is in here, sorry. But I have a few things you might say, well, that should go in your first aid kit. Well, here's my mindset. My first aid kit is for me fixing something, okay? I want my mindset to be, if I'm reaching for the first aid kit, something is wrong. I'm trying to fix something or I'm trying to treat something. That's the mentality I want when I reach for this. I want to be cognizant. I want to say to myself, okay, Paul, what are you trying to fix? What are you trying to treat? What are you trying to heal? What is wrong? That you have a problem that you're trying to correct with one of these devices or materials in this little bag. So that's my kind of mindset on the first aid kit. I only reach for that if something's wrong, I'm trying to treat it or fix it, okay? So that's it. That's my first aid kit. I hope you enjoy, and these things are friggin' adorable. They're the perfect size. They're waterproof dynamic composite fabric, and it's just really cool. I think that's a really neat little thing. So thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, all this I think weighs 3 ounces, between 3 and 4 at the most. Maybe 3, 3.5, I don't know. I'll have to post the weights on the videos if I can look it up and find out what they weigh. But that's it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video, guys. Bye.